All right, everyone, we are going to move down the list here from the ADP2, Azure Active Directory Premium Plan 2 licensing to identity governance. Now, we're actually going to split this one in half because there are three services, for the most part, that have to deal with identity governance. We are going to split apart PIM, which is the Privileged Identity Management. We're going to split that into its own section there. But we're going to talk about two. We'll call them useful. I think one is very useful. The other one has its use in certain scenarios. So first of all, let's look at identity governance is a combination of several services. Okay, so first one we have is called entitlement management or access packages. Now these are okay and they're useful in certain circumstances. They do require a lot of planning and a lot of thought. But basically what they do is who gets access to what resources. So again, maybe we have, and again, we'll show this here in lab as we play around with it, but it's again, maybe you have marketing has access to these things and you go through an approval process or whatever it is, or maybe you're a new employee and you want to get onboarded. You can use these entitlement management packages here to be able to have access to whatever you need to have access to through an automated process. It's kind of nice, and it has its use, but like I said, it requires a lot of thought and planning around it. Then we also have access reviews, which in my opinion are significantly more important and more useful to most organizations. And the reason being here is that it is a lifestyle of access to resource. So a life cycle of access to resources. So how long should I have access to certain resources? And in particular, what we are able to do here with this is to be able to look at guest access as well as user access, but guest access is the big piece here. Remember, if we have guests in the environment there, they have access to resources. We've looked at that. We have the ability to invite them and they can collaborate and everything. But what happens when they become stale? Who's keeping track of them? Well, that's what access reviews are really designed for. Now, keep in mind both of these, and again, as so far as the previous identity protection piece that we just talked about here, this piece here requires the Azure AD Premium Plan 2 license as well. So both of these do require it. Now, this was a really simple discussion around what they are and what you can do with them, but let's dive into the lab here and just go straight into it. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. Very short, very sweet, and we're actually going to get a little bit better of an idea around it here.